Many plants and animals live on Georgia's barrier islands and coastal beaches. Many organisms also live in the ocean off the coast of Georgia. Now, before we read on, does anybody know what barrier islands are? You have a guess?
Barrier island.
What's an island?
A land that's covered with water.
Right, it's a piece of land that's surrounded by water on every side.
Basically,
So what is
like Hawaii and Australia.
Yeah, Hawaii.
And Australia.
Good. Yeah. Okay, what about the word barrier? What does the word barrier mean? Let's think about it. What does it mean?
It means like a barrier between
Right. It kind of protects or shields something else. Right. That's a barrier. So a barrier island is a piece of land that protects another piece of land. Let's read about it. Barrier islands and beaches. Georgia has 14 barrier islands. A barrier island is a sandy strip of land offshore that protects the mainland. There is usually a marsh or bay in between a barrier island and the coast. So a barrier island is not connected to your mainland. It's off the shore of it, which is why if you go to Tybee Island or Jekyll or anything like that, you have to drive over a really long bridge to get to it because you're going off the mainland onto the barrier island.
Where's Savannah?
Right. Savannah is part of the mainland. When you drive over the bridge and go to Tybee Island is your barrier.
I've been to the
Yeah.
Dribble Beach.
Barrier islands are helpful to Georgia. Strong winds and waves come in from the Atlantic Ocean. These can carry soil and sand away from the mainland. But the barrier islands block these winds and waves. The barrier islands protect the estuaries, marshes, and mainland of Georgia. So like we said, they're used for protection. They protect them from heavy winds and rain. So if we have a tropical storm, I know y'all heard about that, or hurricanes or anything comes through, the barrier islands protect the mainland. Right. A coast is any place where an ocean meets land. Georgia's barrier islands have coasts. Most of these coasts are sandy beaches. So anytime you're running at the beach and you step from sand into the water, that's you going from coast into the water. So the sand on the beach is the coast. It may look like nothing lives on these beaches, but many things do live there. Different kinds of birds go to the beaches to find food. Some look for very small animals that live in the sand. Loggerhead turtles also visit the beaches. They lay eggs in the sand. Have you ever been to the beach and seen, there's usually 4 posts and it has a little strip of, it looks like paper tied around it. That usually marks the turtle nest. So if you're ever on the beach, it's marked off that area so you don't run over the turtle nest and break all the eggs. Yes, Mike?
But I know what color the strip is because one time I went there and there's a little turtle. It's like this kind of a neon orangish and it has pinkish in it.
Yeah, that's right. They can be that orange color, that pink color. They have to make it very bright so people see it. So next time you're at the beach, look for it. I bet you'll see some. The barrier islands are always changing. Wind and waves change the shape of the islands. So do tides. And you see down below there, that's a picture of Tybee Island Beach. Okay, flip page. Up at the top is one of the birds that I talked about that live on the beaches. It's a brown pelican.
And that have that little thing hanging out to keep the fish from getting out.
Right. When it catches its fish,
You got fish?
it's kind of like a storage fish. Yeah, that's the fish it has in its mouth. Tides can cause the amount of water on a beach to change during the day. Tides move in and out each day. At low tide, there is less water. At high tide, there is more water. Have you noticed that when you're at the beach?
Yes.
How the tides come in and out? How sometimes you can start off in the morning and the water will be really close to where you set up your tent, but by the end of the day, it's really far out and you have to walk a long way to get to the water. That's the tides changing.
Mm.
Ocean waves carry sand. Sometimes the sand builds up right off the shore. This sand forms a sandbar. A sandbar is a long ridge of sand in shallow water, usually close to the beach. What you can see of a sandbar changes during the day. At high tide, the sandbar is under the water. At low tide, the sandbar is uncovered. Birds often go to the sandbar at that time. Have any of you ever seen a sandbar at the beach? Emma?
What's that? Oh, at Hilton Head.
Sometimes when you're swimming in the water, there'll be a point where it's really shallow when you first start going in, and then it'll drop off and be a little bit deeper.
Mhm.
And then if you keep going, it gets shallow again. That's a sandbar. Have you ever been swimming and you see somebody that looks like they're standing really far out? They're on a sandbar.
It's like,
So-
like a, I saw that before.
It's from where?
That far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's from where the tides move in and out, and they deposit that sand there on that sandbar, and it builds up. Yes.
I've seen them before, but the water wasn't over in the car, was it? Because it looks like a river. And there's water right there. So one time, like, my dad was way far out, and he
Yeah, because when you swim far out and get to that sandbar, you can stand up again. It's almost like it's right at your hip. Sand dunes. When you walk along some beaches, you see dunes. A dune is a mound of sand formed by wind and moving water. Dunes help protect the land behind the beach. The dunes stop wind and ocean waves from moving inland. Many animals live in or on dunes. Crabs look for food around the dunes. So do many birds. Plants have a hard time living near dunes. The soil on the dunes is not very rich. Winds are blowing all the time, so the sand that a plant is growing in might be moved. One kind of plant that grows well in dune areas is sea oats. So down below there you see the little crab. I'm sure y'all have seen those running around the beach.
I haven't
Anytime you're there.
yet.
You haven't seen a crab at the beach yet?
I haven't. In the woods. I haven't seen a crab.
They're usually really hard to see because they blend in really well with the sand. They're that whitish, sandy color.
There's like little holes in the ground because they live in the
That's right. That's right. They burrow those holes. Isabel?
When my sister went at the beach, we started seeing this thing going, like sailing up, and we started digging at it, and we kept on digging and digging. It was near the water, and something just kept going down there. We tried to get it, and we started hearing this digging sound, and we thought it was something else, like a crab. And, we just saw sand going down. That was really far down.
Could have been. Jen? Oh, it crawled over your feet?
Yeah, because it blends in with the sand.
Mm-hmm. You don't really see it very well.
I didn't try anything yesterday.
We were thinking.
Thinking
We
about
couldn't
what?
figure anything out. Just looking in the book about it. We couldn't figure it
Okay, so what's some stuff that y'all figured out that you're gonna put in there?
out. Right now,
What you got figured out? I want you to tell me.
I don't remember.
You should.
The word piedmont. The fall line divides it to Martin and Crystal Plain.
That's good.
And
That's
the
good.
word piedmont means foothills. And we were not, the next one we were going to put the piedmont is known for its red clay.
Okay.
And but I just can't think of what it is. Another was there are a lot of there are many rapids by the fall, rapids and rivers.
Yeah. That'd be good. That'd be good. Okay. All those are great information. That's great information to include in this.
I'm just trying to think of a beginning.
This is not y'all got on there. Okay.
We can figure out
Well, let me show you what you need to do. I'm giving you a rubric today. I briefly talked about it yesterday and showed you mine. But you're going to get your own copy today so you know exactly what to put in your script. The first one is make sure your habitat is clear. Make sure I know that you're talking about the piedmont, and I should. That should be easy.
Yeah.
That should be an automatic 4
We're
points.
putting like lots of piedmonts in our stories.
Right.
What is the Piedmont region? And then you can tell about it.
You could remember at the same time you want to be grabbing their attention. This is a commercial. You're advertising for them to come to this place.
How yesterday, like, how you started joking about Tybee Island, we couldn't figure out what to do about peanut.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what.
I think it would be great to use the same one that you're doing. And so I was trying to think of something a little different.
Here's what I want y'all to do. Okay, when you go back and start writing your script, go ahead and get all of your informational stuff in, all of your facts. Go ahead and write that. Don't get caught up on how to start it yet. That can come later. It might even come to you as you're writing all your facts and you can write that in. But I want you to go ahead and get all your facts down on paper. So the first column is make sure you have test food, but like we said, that should be easy and automatic 4 points. And this is the column you want to look at because this is your expert column. This is where you're going to get all your points from. So you mentioned, good. You mentioned the play and the rapids and all that. That is features of the land. Exactly.
That's already two.
Exactly.
That, then the mini rapids and the word T Martin's foothills.
That's great. That's great.
That.
Features of the land would be that it's mainly red clay. It has the rapids. It has the hills. That's features of the land. Y'all have that great. Sounds like y'all have awesome. So you get 4 points on that one. And then you want to make sure you have 3 or more of the animals that live there listed. So I need to know 3 or more of the animals that live there.
Yeah, okay. We were gonna put river otters there, and then the screech-owl body.
Great. Perfect. That's awesome. And then you want to make sure you list 2 or more plants that you can find there. So you might want to do a little digging on that. You should find that in your book.
Oh, there are trees for you?
Yeah.
Okay, because I need to take the trees.
Awesome. And then this column is your entertainment column. This is where your fun comes into it. If you read your script, if I watch your commercial, and I say, oh my goodness, Emily and Walker's commercial made me want to go visit the P1 right now. I want to jump in my car and go right now. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for fun and excitement. So that's your fun and excitement. But like I said, that can come later. Get all your facts down first. Since that seems to be getting us in trouble. I might even can help you out with that after you get all your facts down. The last one is your script. You're going to turn your script into me after the project's over because you're going to use your script to make your commercial. So after we record you and you have it all written down, you're going to turn it into me along with this rubric because I have to write your scores on here.
So what's the last one that I at my house and over the weekend or Friday while I'm playing with my dad? I can go and smell it and I can probably Tyler or something. I have kids, but I don't have a dinner.
That's fine. You should be able to get most of what you need from the books.
That's my password.
So that's it. Y'all have it pretty much all figured out. So like I said, get your facts down.
Just writing down, lower down.
That's what your papers are for, right? Just getting them together on those papers and then figure out how you want to say them. Because this is your script paper. So you want to say Emily and then write what Emily's going to say and then Walker and write what Walker's going to say.
But what if we have the same ideas? Because we do the same ideas on the
That's fine if you have the same ideas.
So can we just write one whole script and divide it in half and half illustrated?
Which I'm gonna be the one
That's fine. However you want to do it, as long as both of you talk. That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. Okay. Sounds like y'all have some awesome ideas. Keep up with your rubric.